Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, here's a video that was sent to me by my good friend Jennifer. Jennifer, thank you for the video. Now, this video is of a frauditor out in New Mexico who calls himself Four Corner Auditing. Now, Four Corner Auditing was brought into the spotlight by the great one, Schrodinger's cat, last year when his peculiar ways of frauditing came into light. Okay, what I mean by peculiar was after watching his videos, I could imagine it was because of he was the only one that I realized that was doing frauditing over the phone. And what I mean by that, guys, he would call up government locations and tell them, this is a First Amendment audit, what is your name, and so on. And God forbid that person who picked up the phone did not give them their name. Oh, he was there that same day to bitch and moan about it, okay? Now, mind you, from watching his videos, he has knocked heads with local government in his area because of that particular reason. Employees or receptionists or officers, well, not really officers, but the employees and receptionists not wanting to give up their name. Now, he is at a, in this video here, he is at a particular police department to put in complaints on a receptionist who did not want to give up her name. Now, mind you, after turning in his complaints, he now wants to further bitch and moan by communicating his disagreement of that with a supervisor, who pretty much informs them that, yes, police officers are obligated to give you their name and badge number, but receptionists, unless it's lawfully involving, they don't have to give up their name. But let's watch the video so you can better understand what I'm rambling about here, guys. Let's kick the video off.
I'm back here at the Sheriff's, Aztec Sheriff's Department to drop off the complaint on the young lady that never gave her name in the court services, and Megan.
There's nothing like my signature.
Okay, go on.
Good morning, how are you?
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, may I get your name, please?
My name is Denise.
Denise? Thank you, Denise. I'm here to drop off some complaints that I filled out for the young lady that's working in the court services.
I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear you.
I'm dropping off some complaints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is on Megan and the one that works here, and the young lady that never gave her name in the court services.
Okay.
Yeah, when asked by the public, they're supposed to give their name, you know, during the First Amendment audit.
Okay, do you want me to leave a copy with you?
Yes, may I get a copy of both, please?
Are these
Yes.
both the same?
Yeah, but they're,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me make a copy. I'll be right back.
Okay. That a young lady hiding over here. I'm sure she won't give her name still, but yeah, they're not being taught the First Amendment at all. No training, nothing.
Alright, so as we notice, Mr. Chi's interpretation of the First Amendment is that receptionists are obligated to give up their name when asked by a member of the public. Mind you, if we look at the big picture here, which he is failing to do, and we're not talking policies, we're not talking rules, we're talking legalities. Where in the First Amendment, where in the Constitution does it state that a receptionist, or a public employee for that matter, is obligated to give up their name when asked by a member of the public? Where? I mean, let me know. I would like to know. We're not here to enforce feelings. We're here to enforce the law. No?
Last time I talked to Sheriff Sherman, and he said they do training on the First Amendment, but it don't show. You guys don't have a supervisor?
Sorry, what was that?
You don't have a supervisor in today, do you?
Do I have a supervisor in today?
Yeah, maybe lieutenant.
Well, there's always lieutenants on duty.
Yeah, is there a way I can speak to lieutenant?
I'll have to see who's available. Is your name on here by any chance?
Yeah, Four Corner Oddity.
But your name?
Four Corner Oddity.
Right, and your first name though, so I can let the lieutenant know who he's talking to?
Yeah, he knows me. He knows who I am.
Okay. Okay, we're working on seeing which of the lieutenants is in and available, okay?
Okay, I just want to ask you a question. You guys you guys do First Amendment training here in this department, do you?
Well, every person's job is going to be a little bit different, but like for me, I'm a records technician, and I learn about release of information and all of that.
Yeah.
That pertains to what your rights are when you get records.
You know what a First Amendment is, right?
Well, yes.
All right, so I think it's safe to say that her reply to his question went right over his head. Now, understandable that when he asked her for her name, she didn't have an issue with it. She gave it right up. But the next employee, who doesn't know this guy from Adam, all they see is a guy coming up to them, asking them for their name, and they don't know what the hell they're going to do with their name. All they know is that they got a guy standing in front of them, holding a camera phone at them, asking them for their name. Can you blame them for not giving it up? No, I can't. And their only reply is, well, you work for the public. You're obligated to give your name up when a member of the public asks you for it. And again, we're going to say, where in the First Amendment or the Constitution does it obligate them? Where does it state that they are obligated? So, I mean, I look at the big picture here, and these frauditors like Chris Cordova, he likes to play this game. If a public employee does not give up their name, he is quick to put in a complaint on them. And it's not right.
Yes.
But we get trained in as it relates to our position.
Yeah, because the last time I talked to Lieutenant Sherman, he told me that you guys do First Amendment training here in this department, but it don't show at all. Yeah, like this young lady over here, she could have said hi, and said her name. I was going to ask her name, but she'd rather hide and stuff like that. Same thing with this young lady over here. It's more professional. That's what these audits are for, to make sure that, the government workers are being accountable and professional. It's your duty to serve the public, and, that's all, just be professional. And
yeah, that's what we're here for.
yeah, so, but it's not what I've been getting lately, so that's why I wanted to talk to Lieutenant, You know, these guys that are uppers, they oversee you guys, but we, the people, are the ones that are really in charge, you know, because we know where our tax money goes. It funds these buildings, the vehicles, you know, the parks and stuff like that, all the way down to your salaries, you know. So that's why we have a right to exercise under the First Amendment, which is a constitutional protected activity. You know, hopefully you understand why I'm here now, you know. So this is the reason why I have these complaints here, because the lack of the First Amendment training is not being taught here, is what we're finding out. So that's very important, you know.
Well, I have stamped it that it was received and on the date and the time.
Okay.
On,
Somebody from upstairs to let me know who's available.
all right, so we'll be right with you, okay?
Okay, appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me your name, really do.
Yeah, no problem.
They would say if I would come down with my camera and stuff like that, they would call the sheriffs on me. And when I call the sheriff's department and ask them if they got a call from superiors.
Hello, Mr. Cheen.
How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Doing good.
Just reading the paperwork that you dropped off.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk to you about how come the First Amendment training is still not being taught here in this your department.
So what isn't being taught?
When asked by the public for their names, like this young lady over here in the court services, the last time I came in, remember we had a word about that?
Yeah. And we talked about it, and it's not absolutely necessary for them to identify themselves.
Yeah, they're public employees, right? Government
Yeah, but
workers.
they don't have to tell you the name.
Yeah, they do. It's their duty, you know.
If there's a lawful reason that it's being requested, other than I just want to know what your name is, then there's a good reason for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
this is the reason why your department is a fail, because you guys are not teaching
you say that we fail, but
yeah, the people say that you fail.
That's your opinion, and you have every right to it. That is your First Amendment right.
Yeah, but how come you guys are not training the employees here?
We've done everything we need to, Mr. Chi. We've talked with people. We've let everybody know.
Yeah. So
what the expectations are of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you're saying that they don't have to, right?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Saying that they don't have to tell you their name if they don't feel comfortable in telling you their name.
But they're public.
I'll tell you my name.
I know your name. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Give your name, badge number.
It's Lieutenant Sherman. R555.
See how simple that was? That would make your department a whole lot professional if they would just give their name. You know, that's their duty, just like you.
And how many times have you come here?
About 3 or 4 times now.
And how many times have you been treated poorly?
The last time was when they didn't give it. Was it poorly?
I'm not asking when was the last time that someone didn't tell you their name. When was the last time you were treated poorly?
It's not poorly. It's just the poor attitudes that are in these buildings.
How is it a poor attitude when they're not?
I'm not here to argue with you. You know.
They're not saying anything negative to you.
When asked by the public, they're public employees, right?
They don't have to give you their name unless there's a lawful reason that they need to.
It doesn't have to be a lawful reason. It's their duty to give their name.
My job, absolutely. And I'll give you my name every single time.
This is the reason why your department's a fail, because you guys aren't trained.
In your opinion.
All right. So if I'm not mistaken, to me, he's including his emotions, his feelings, in the point that he's trying to make here. Because again, when the officer asked him, when did he ever go there and get poor service? He can't bring anything up because he hasn't, other than the fact that a receptionist did not want to give up her name. Now think about it, okay? Not to side up with the receptionist, but if you're just going there for the hell of it, just to make a video, and that's 99% of the time these guys go there because they feel going to a public building or whatever to make a video is legit business. Okay, and then you ask the receptionist or the people that are working there for their name, and they don't know what the hell you're going to do with that information. So if they don't want to give it up, so be it. Okay, you can't consider that poor service. all you can say is that person is defensive about giving up their name like that. And with the shit that's going on today with identity theft and all kind of shit out there, you can't knock them. I can't knock them. Okay? And again, you hear the officer. When did we ever give you poor service? And he can't answer to that.
And the people's opinion, the people who are
your
watching.
opinion, you have the right to it.
See how unprofessional this guy is?
So
These guys hate me so much.
we have nothing negative to say about you, Mr. Chi. We've never disrespected you.
It's not the disrespect.
We've never treated you poorly. Never. And that is the job of a professional public agency, is not to discriminate against people, not to have any bias against them, and to remain professional. And that's what we've done. We've never treated you poorly, so there's no disrespecting you in any way.
So that body cam that you said that you're going to take a look at, Deputy D. Smith and Gonzalez's body cam. You said
I've watched all of it, and I've watched your video.
And you said that you were going to determine if it was a lawful arrest or if it wasn't.
And it absolutely was a lawful arrest.
And what you
and that's why it's still pending in court.
And I never resisted arrest.
What's that?
And how come the body cams are not given to the public defender, my public defender?
I can't speak to that. I don't know what request your public defender has submitted.
Because you guys are
I
not
know
doing
that we
your job
don't hold body camera footage. We release it when it's asked for.
Yeah, it's been
So
asked
I don't
for
know-
ever since last year, but you guys are still not giving it up.
Have you made the request, or was it your defense?
Oh, I have
attorney?
I made the request and my defense
Okay.
attorney. Yeah.
So that's something I would have a conversation with your public defender.
Oh, I have.
I can look into our side of it, because we keep records when stuff was released. So,
Yeah.
but we also don't make a habit of just releasing it unless it's asked for.
Well, your habit is not teaching the First Amendment here about the public's rights about coming in here when asked by the public to give their name professionally.
I don't see how them giving the name has anything to do with it.
It's a First Amendment
Now, if
audit.
they have ever treated you poorly,
I'm not
then
here
that's
for that.
something that we can deal with. But if all that they've done is not give a name, when you have no other standing other than wanting to come in to get their name, to try and bait them into going and being able to post on your videos, saying that we failed the First Amendment audit, you know, that again,
You're talking
that's
to
your opinion.
You're saying me, but you're talking to the people who oversee you. We oversee you guys. You guys act. You guys.
Yes, we 100% are a public agency.
You guys are so used to being in charge, thinking that you guys run the show.
No,
Oh yeah.
our sheriff, he answers to the people.
Yeah, I try
And
to.
the election is coming up, and he's running unopposed. And so, by all intents and purposes, he'll be elected again by the people of San Juan County. The people will continue
I'm
to
not
speak.
worried. I'm not worried about who's running and who's going to be sheriff. I'm worried about this department being unprofessional.
But that's how, if you feel that there's things that need to change, that's the legal process for those things to change.
Yeah, that's why I read these complaint forms.
Which is why we have elections. When you're unhappy with the service being provided by a public entity, and sometimes it goes to
See, you're going down a
judges.
whole different road here. I'm just trying to ask
No,
you
it's
something
all the
simple.
same.
I'm
No,
trying to
but
ask you
you're
something
saying-
simple. But
you're
now you want to
saying-
argue with me here as your boss.
No, I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain to you some of the thought process, but
No,
if you don't want to hear it,
You're just
I
upset.
can't change that.
You're just upset because your department's failing.
How am I upset? What impression?
Well, there you go. It doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any clearer than that. If you're not happy with the way things are being operated, then when it comes time to voting, well, then you vote it out. But it's got to be a majority vote. Can't just be one or two people that feel things are not being operated properly. It's got to be a majority vote. Okay? Which, guys, it's right around the corner. Voting for us is right around the corner. Please make the effort. make the effort. Go out and vote this November 8th. Okay? Don't be one of those people that are bitching and moaning about things, but when it's time to vote, you don't get up off your butt and go vote. So, let's make that effort, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. Let me know your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in my next video.
Have I given you that I'm upset?
Yeah, you've been upset ever since I started auditing.
The last time you didn't have your camera, did we have a good conversation?
Oh yeah.
Are we having a good conversation now?
It seems like you're a little upset now because you don't want to teach your department the First Amendment.
No, I'm not upset about anything.
But you're going down the wrong road.
I've just explained to you
informing them
that you have the right to your opinion, and that is absolutely your right. And no one can take your opinion away from you. If I disagree with your opinion, that doesn't mean that I'm being negative or anything towards you. I'm expressing a different belief and a different understanding.
No, you didn't want to come out here and speak to me at all, but you had to because we oversee you guys. We pay for your salaries.
I didn't have any issues coming and talking to you. Not a single one. As soon as I heard that you were down here and wanting to talk to someone, I'm like, well, I talked to him the last time and we had a good conversation.
If it was somebody else, I was hoping it wasn't you because I already knew this was going to happen already.
What did you know was going to happen?
You defending,
and we were going to have a good conversation.
You defending these guys from the Constitution of the United States, saying that they don't have a right to give their name.
No, I'm just saying that they don't have to tell you their name.
That's where you're wrong.
If you don't have a lawful reason that you're requesting it of them.
It's simple. You just when asked by the public as public servants.
Yeah, but they don't have to. It's a nice.
That's the reason why your department is a fail.
And that is your opinion.
The people's opinion.
And you have the right to the opinion.
You're talking to the people, not just me.
When you're making a video, you're doing it and you're posting it on your page.
Because I'm being sent here by your bosses.
By my bosses? By the people.
Exactly.
And
now you're getting it.
There's plenty of opportunities that people have to voice their opinions and to voice their concerns if they feel things are being done inappropriately. That is absolutely it.
That's why I'm being encouraged to do this and stuff like that by the people who oversee you.
And by all means. Like I said, we've never had any issues with you being here. You're coming here for good, valid purposes and bringing paperwork. You're not coming just to come. Oh, there's usually some points with you being here. From the last conversation that we had, said there was never going to be a problem with you being in here and filming.
Because I have a right to be in here.
Unless
under the First Amendment.
Unless there's other people in here that are trying to conduct their own personal business that don't want it aired in a public format.
Well, that's not them to make that decision.
Oh, absolutely, they do have that right.
No.
Yeah, people have the right for what gets.
Well, I'm kind of glad you did come out now and express the way you expressed it because it's going to be another fail. This is
and like I said, you have the right to your opinion.
Name and badge number again.
I already gave it to you once. You remember it. You'll remember it the next time.
All right. Thanks for coming out.
All right.
Thanks for coming out.
Take care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Have a safe day.
You too. There you go, guys. Start from the top, and seems like this guy doesn't like me at all. He doesn't like the First Amendment, and he's saying it's up to the public here to give their name if they want or not. So, all right, guys.